What is up, everybody? How are y'all doing today? Happy Monday. Sorry we're running a little late today. I'm just getting home from work. We're getting things all set up still. See a bunch of people in the chat here. Appreciate you. Becky in there first. Big surprise. Appreciate you, Becky. Bad Will in the chat. He says, your persistence knows no bounds, Becky. Black Magic in the house, too. Hey, how you doing? Hope you had a great weekend. A great Easter, everybody, if you do that. Becky says, no, it don't. All right. Oh, CB in the chat, too. What's up? Just finished making dinner. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Meech says, why did I just get a noti? My stuff is messed up. You just got it because I literally just created the stream and hit go. And, I hit go, on a time that had already passed. So, yeah. I started the live stream in the past. TV says I just got the noti. I forgot to post it in the Discord. Shoot, hopefully somebody can do that for me. CB says it must be getting warmer in Ohio. Drew's in a t-shirt. Yep, this is my work shirt. I wear the bright yellow. We didn't have time to get fancy with a RMG shirt yet, so I busted down the door and here we are. It is in the 70s today, Becky says, but very windy. Yeah, the place I was working at, no joke, it was a 30-mile-an-hour wind the whole day. Just unrelenting. Every moment outside, you're just fighting the wind. It was pretty wild. A lot of areas nearby got storms, so I was thankful that we just got the wind and not some rain. So, you know, that was cool. Hope y'all had a nice Monday as well. Hello, hello. Becky says, I didn't get a notification. I've just been waiting in the shadows. Hey, that's all right. That's what we like. Falcor in the house. Don't jinx it, CB. Hey, that's right. We want to hold on to this. I think we've turned the corner. But we don't want to write off the W word just yet because some like wild thing will happen if you don't be mindful. I don't know. It's a lot of superstition around the late snow here in Ohio. If y'all aren't from here, so today we're following up on kind of a heated discussion about these Chinese manufacturers that came out and they said, hey, you know, all of you guys been spending all this extra money on luxury brands. You don't need to. Just come here. We'll give it to you for what it costs. And the price it costs was shocking some people. Becky says, oh, you know it? Yeah. Meech says, no, y'all are clear. Thank you, Meech. Meech is to the west of us. So I feel like if she's in the clear, we're in the clear. You know? Because it's going to hit there before it hits here. So we get the warning. We get the warning from Meech if some sort of snowy thing is going to happen. She'll get the first taste. CV says, my next two trips are to Ohio are in June and July, and it better not be snowing. No, it'll be nice by then. It'll be super humid. It'll be just how you like it, just like Florida. Falcor says, oh, I'm living for seeing those on my TikTok feed. Dude, me too. Man, it just feels so good. You know? Like a thing that everyone has always thought, and now it's coming true. So Meech says, I'm the canary. Yes, absolutely. That is what you are. You are letting us know about any kind of storms that might be coming in the future. Becky says you should be okay, CB. Yeah, it is I think we're good. I think it's officially spring. I have a small farm, and really the animals and the plants tell you when winter is over, and I feel like winter is over. So, um, but yeah, so we had a lot of kind of confusion, and still I don't have all of the answers on this Chinese manufacturing thing. But one thing that I think is getting conflated is that a lot of people are thinking that these guys are saying, like, especially in reference to the purse guy, the Hermes purse video that we watched. Now, this guy wasn't saying, I guess I could pull that back up. This guy wasn't saying that he manufactures Hermes bags. He was just saying this is where you get this part. This is where they get the leather. This is where they get the metal. This is where they get the edge oil, you know, all these things. And he was saying, guys, I can source these things too. I can get this leather. I can get this, here he is. I can get this stuff.
This Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to...
The big difference is, when he makes it, it's not going to have the Birkin label on it. Now, that brought an interesting question to my mind. Is it the craftsmanship and let's just put the manufacturing aside for a second. Let's say he could make this quality level exactly the same and get comparable materials for a lower price. He's saying for $1,400. Now, do we pay the $1,400 to have a purse that has the look but doesn't have the cost, so you know you could actually like use it and take it out places and not worry that someone's gonna spill a drink on your $40,000 purse? Or is it only worth it because the bag says Hermes and you're also paying for the story? The like Meech was saying, the experience is a lot of the cost of these higher end purses, for example. You're paying for the experience that they provide for you. So they have, you know, a fancier shopping experience, and they're gonna offer you a champagne, and you know, you have a personal shop or whatever. That stuff does cost money. So is that the part you like? Is it the brand and the experience and the story? Or is it the actual thing? Is it the purse and the craftsmanship and the leather and the feel? You know, because if you can have all the physical attributes of it and the functionality of it without the logo, I feel like Meech says, no, don't get it twisted. Not the experience per se, but the whole of the business model is based on the high overhead. Yes. And an interesting point that I've just come to over looking at this over the past couple days is that these brands have built their dynasties on marketing the feeling and the look and the experience and the prestige of their business. And now, when Chinese manufacturers are saying, hey, we can make things at a high level of quality too, and we're not going to charge you as much, now they're all saying, well, that's just marketing. That's marketing. That's a guy in a factory and he has a ring light, you can tell, and he's using a film camera and he has a crew there. Yeah, we can see that stuff. But they're calling out the Chinese and saying, "Oh, this is all just marketing. This is marketing." But marketing is what they built their whole business on. That's what you pay, because they've created this prestige around their product, you know? Ooh, okay. Meech says, if you want the bag, you want the bag. The experience is nice. Okay. See, that's how I thought of it. But I'm a guy, and I'm gonna look at it in the functional way. So, like, I'm thinking, if it looks the same and feels the same, it would be good for, you know. But if it is about the prestige, that's fine. I just want to know, you know, like, I'm not sure if this is a good compromise or not, because if it is about the prestige, then it's not a good compromise, unless you're getting a fake, which, you know, we can talk about that too. A lot of these manufacturers that make fakes are now posting on TikTok saying, "Hey, you want to get a hold of us? Hit us up." You know? Because if you set up a commercial shipping account, and while we still have the de minimis exemption, and you order some stuff, you can send you a little piece of a container ship over here. You know, you can buy a split on a container and put your little stuff in there under $800, ship it here. It's just like paying anybody else to do that, and you're not paying all the overhead. So I guess my question to you guys is, would you do that if it was, let's say it was easy to do? And would you be willing to try some of these Chinese manufacturers? Because we do know that they make somewhere on the order of 80% of the counterfeit goods in the world come from China. But they also arguably make probably 80% of everything. Just all of everything. So I don't know if that's a big number or not. Tessa in the house. What's up, Tessa? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. CB says, I went into Lululemon today, and I demanded that they sell me some leggings for $10 a pair, and they asked me to leave. And see, that's a different example. Is the Lululemon is, that's interesting to me, because that's something where, now, Hermes, okay, they really do have a special product, okay? Now, I don't personally believe it's worth $40,000. But in order to be able to, and I apologize if you were in the other stream and you saw this and you're like, this guy doesn't know about Hermes manufacturing. You're right. I don't. But now I do. Okay? And the people who make Hermes bags train for hundreds of hours to learn this craft, and getting the certification to be an Hermes, whatever, crafts person, whatever they call it, is very high honor in France, okay? So I do not doubt that they are making bags in France. But are they making all the bags in France? Because we'll see later. I'll play some video of a news reporter, and she is going to tell us what legally is required for something to be labeled made in France, which is I did not know. I thought this was interesting. Yeah, I'm with you, CB. Also, a lot of girls are looking for and probably guys too, you know? I mean, I've never had some Lulus because they cost $120. I'm going to buy the Under Armour every time, you know? Sorry. But that manufacturer went viral. That one lady who said that she makes the Lululemon leggings for $6, like, whoo. Because I feel like that's a thing where you could get that stuff. The material that they make. It's not like Hermes purses where they have like special cows that are raised just to be like Hermes purse leather. Like, it's absolutely insane. But something like a legging that's just, you know, I don't know, whatever they're made of, cotton or synthetic fiber, whatever it is, anything like that would be available to anyone. So I feel like that could be easily replicated, at least close. And if you don't have the Lululemon logo on there, but the pants are still as comfortable and everything's exactly the same except for the logo's not there, do you still like them, CB? Tell me that. And they cost $6. Don't forget that. For the same price, you get one pair of Lululemons. You can get, like, 20 of these. Becky says, CB, I bet they did. Yes. Tess, it's good to have you in. Scarf Mommy in the house. She says, China! I need a China button. Falcor says, I can probably figure out setting OJ up. Yes, dude. We gotta get OJ on Twitch or something. I bet Fishman could set that up. I haven't seen my man Fishman on the socials in a long time, but I bet you he would set that up. Falcor says, do they still game stream? I don't get notifications anymore. I don't know if Pat streams anymore because I have notifications turned on for him. So yeah, I don't think he has streamed in a while. They did a few months ago. They did play once, but yeah, it's been a minute, dude. We gotta do that again. The new May 2nd is the new Star Wars Fortnite season, so maybe we'll do something like that. Not on this channel because I don't do games on this channel, but we could have Pat fire up his Twitch, and I don't know, I'll jump in over there. Becky says Under Armour ain't cheap sometimes. You ain't lying. Under Armour's expensive too. That's not a I wouldn't call it a luxury brand, but some would. Some would. CB says no logo but same quality. I'll take it. See? Bingo. This is what I'm talking about. And this is how Chinese manufacturers are going to win. Because I think that the knockoff part of it is problematic. If they're making things that say, Lululemon on it or whatever, and they aren't an authorized licensed manufacturer of Lululemon, then I totally understand why that's a problem. But if these guys are saying, hey, we make one just as nice as blank US brand, and here's how you buy from us, we can get around these tariffs, y'all. Like, you just have to be a commercial shipper, and, we could pool our orders together, and all of a sudden, we're a commercial shipper, you know what I'm saying? We could get all kind of stuff. We fill a whole container up, we bring it over here. It is absolutely wild. You can rent a warehouse in China, and you send all of your goods that are manufactured in China to this warehouse. And that warehouse will set up all of the logistics, all of the export paperwork, all of the customs stuff. They handle the whole mess and ship it from their facility to your front door. They do all of the work. So they are making a huge push to get U.S. consumers to just go straight to the Chinese manufacturers. And a lot of people are getting really excited about it, and brands are getting mad and a little bit concerned. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with the chat. So Becky says passing on TV games only if it's Pat Wooey. That's exactly right. I want to watch him play. You know what I'm saying? He's I want to watch someone play who's good. I'm not good. So that's why I don't play games. CB says, what has the Amish mister been up to? Yeah, Fishman, what are you doing, man? I hope you're doing good, brother. Still working at the shop? I don't know. Falcor says, he could set it up quicker than I could, that's for sure. Okay. He was working and going to school, but now he's done with school, and I'm back to working full-time. Oh, okay. Well, I guess, good. That's, congratulations are in order that you're back to working full-time, I guess. I assume that means you got a new job, or maybe you just became full-time at that place, so that's, either way, that's good. Scarf Mommy says, hanging in there, lots to do. I'll have Mom by the end of the week. Oh. Yeah, and the kitty, how's the kitty? Is she assimilating a little bit? Is she less scared? Poor thing. CB says, what if we call it La La Le Mion? Oh, I like that. La La Le Mion. Okay, I like that. I like the sound of that. See, we can already... Like, this is how businesses are built. This is the same stuff they've been doing to us, but just less greedy. You realize that? Like, we're doing the same thing they're doing. We're just not adding a 10x multiplier to the price. CB, oh, Scarf Mommy says, CB, sounds like you could branch off into a margarita brand with that, too. See, we could have a whole La La Le Mion, you know, umbrella. And you have all kind of things that you sell. You know, you got the athleisure wear for daytime, the office stuff, and then you got the nighttime, you get into the margaritas. You could sell La La Le Mion cups, you know? Margarita mixer bottles, you know? All this stuff is so easy. It's so easy to set up. Falcor says, all this is above my tax bracket. No, it's definitely not. It's super cheap. These things they cost nothing. It's wild how cheap it is. Because the markup we pay is so much higher that it actually is cheaper to import the items yourself than it is to buy it here in a lot of cases with expensive items. Scarf Mommy says, no, gonna send you a pic of what I'm going through. Okay. I have that phone off, so I'll pull that up in a second. But yes, so let's look for a second at oh man, first of all, you gotta I didn't find these guys at first, and they're so good. This channel, it's called Rangbai, and these girls have a little jam, okay? They got a little song to sing to you. And they just absolutely slaying it, dude. I love this. Okay, check it out. Oh wait, hold on. We're muted. There we go. Turn down my music a little bit.
Make sure you visit right places.
Oh.
If you want to import from China, make sure you visit right places. Candy Tops, Guangzhou, Hair Dryer, Cixi, Crystal, Donghai.
Dude, this is a bop, right?
Suizhou, Functional Sugar, Yucheng, Home Textile, Nantong, Hyaluronic Acid, Jinan, Eco-friendly paper cups, Dongguan. If you want to import from...
Dude, I want to import from China. Okay? Like, these girls are making me want to import from China. Like, they do this all day. Like, this is their whole thing, man.
If you want to visit China, make sure you download Red apps.
Oh, man.
WhatsApp, Weixin,
So we got all the
Google,
apps, dudes.
Baidu, TikTok, Douyin, Amazon, 淘宝、Temu、拼多多、Spotify.
I love this. So they are telling us how this is how you come to China, and this is how you import stuff. This is where you find things.
Make sure you visit right places.
Okay, now I think this is the same girl, and she just has a terrible wig on in this one. Her hair is so nice. Why did she do this?
Saxophone, 天津 Goose Down, 六安 Wi-Fi module, 深圳 Hire accessories, 义乌 Dental equipment, 佛山 Wrench and pliers, 永
How? Okay, number one, absolutely amazing song. I love that. Maybe we bust out the drum. Maybe we bust out the djembe and jam out with these chicks. Oh, Becky says it is if you get taxes back. Yeah, that's right. Get your tax refund, man, and send it to China. She said Temu. Yes, that is. I think that is how they pronounce it. But when they did that commercial, it was different. I don't know. I call it Temu. Becky says this beat is catchy, right? Dude, they have so many bops too, man. It's just like I like when she has her blue hair in, but they don't. Oh, wait, here, hold on. Here's another one.
If you want to import from China, make sure you visit right places.
Man, look at her.
Yoga wear, Guangzhou.
Okay, there you go. So yoga wear, Guangzhou. Okay.
Sneakers, Quanzhou.
Sneakers, Guangzhou. This is like a horrible memory game. I'm definitely gonna lose. But what they need to do is they need to make an app that's in English so that all of us can buy from them easier. Because one thing I noticed is there's a surge of is people who want to learn how to use the Chinese versions of these apps. So you download them through some, like, it shows you how to download them, and then it shows you what to click on to change it from Chinese to English, because once you download the app, like, you can't read anything to actually change the settings, whatever. So that is surging right now. All the people who teach you how to use what's the other one called? Bao? Something like that. But yeah, so the news, though, for their part, the news is running full defense for the brands, as expected, okay? And the brands haven't really come out and done a response in the way that I think they should. Anyways, so all of this stuff popped up on social media. So if they want to, man, it's dark in here, sorry. If they want to defend themselves from this, they need to go to the same channels. Hermes needs to get on TikTok and show video. This is our factory. This is our floor. This is a bag, the starting point. This is just the leather hanging up before it gets cut. You know, because that is like, there's no way you could refute that. Same thing with Louis Vuitton. You know, everyone is saying that they don't want the one from Texas. So maybe you don't get that one. But I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough thing because you have to kind of pick who you want to believe. Do you believe the marketing hype of the French and the Italians, or do you believe the marketing hype of the Chinese? Because you have to admit that this is definitely a coordinated thing that's going on. It's on TikTok, first of all, which we all know is easily manipulated. But they're also doing the wave of those memes making fun of Americans, saying that we can't manufacture things. So, which I think is hilarious. I personally, I mean, they're not wrong. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, they're like, they made these horrific AI videos of like people in sweatshops, but it's like really fat Americans and they're like eating McDonald's and stuff. I don't know. I thought it was a creative way to clap back. But yeah, so the news is running full defense. So let's check out this story here.
Hi, I'm Brett.
And I'm Jonathan.
Hey, Brett. All right.
Up next, it's truth or fake.
Truth or fake?
Carolina Marchand Abreu is here in studio. Carolina, tonight, China taking a jab at Donald Trump's trade war.
Okay, now this is France 24 English, okay? So they are going to learn us a little bit about this.
Chinese manufacturers allegedly exposing the truth behind the production of luxury goods. Tell us more about that.
That's right, Sharon. That in response to Trump's tariff hikes, Chinese factories are flooding TikTok with viral content claiming to expose how luxury goods are really made in
There's
China.
Helen Business.
For brands such as Gucci, Prada, Louis
We
Vuitton,
talked to
and
her.
Hermes, all the way to Lululemon and Nike. As they say, their same factories produce the same products for a fraction of the cost. This creator, for instance, says this Dior bag.
Okay, hold on. Dude, I love that board thing she's doing. Like, she has the location of all of these creators and she's hitting and like manipulating, moving the screens around. That's sweet. It's like Minority Report.
Cost $6,000 in boutique, only costs him $300 to make.
Now, again, this guy never said, I make Chanel bags. He said, I can make them. So he's not. So when these manufacturers are coming out and they're saying, that's not our manufacturer. Okay. But show us. Show us that none of it is made in China. Show us how the leather comes into your factory and you cut it and stitch it and do everything there. Just show us. You don't have to show us everything. You can hide the proprietary stuff or whatever, but show people a video. This is what the society is now. And if you want to reach consumers, you need to use social media channels, and the Chinese manufacturers understand that, and they're doing a better job, I feel.
On TikTok, the discussion hashtag China manufacturer is trending with over 11,000 posts where content creators
11,000 posts on the hashtag China manufacturing. Lord have mercy.
are listing Chinese manufacturers so that consumers can buy directly from their factories. The man driving the debate, this user at Sandbag2, with this video that has garnered millions of views on TikTok, this Chinese manufacturer
This
claims
guy-
that many high-end products,
He made all these manufacturers shake in their
for
boots,
instance,
man.
here he shows the infamous Birkin bag is actually made in China. So we'll summarize a bit. This user claims that 80% of luxury handbags are made in China. In addition to demonstrating the production of process, users like these also offer viewers advice on how to directly order from their factories with these type of links in order to avoid markups
Look
and
at
reduce
that,
tariffs,
y'all.
urging
Oh,
American
man.
users to
What
bypass
happened?
the middlemen and to buy
happened?
directly from their factories in China.
So are these handbags really made
Oh,
in
there we go.
China then,
Sorry.
Carolina, like these manufacturers are claiming?
Well, Sharon, for the most part, the answer is no, at least when it comes to the major players in the luxury fashion industry,
Okay, here
such
we
as
go.
Hermes, with purses that, as they claim, can reach up to $38,000.
We put the red X on my man here.
or more, you'd actually expect labeling to be truthful. Hermes, according to their website, our objects are produced in France, mainly produced in France across 60 different production sites, while the network, they say, is...
Now, again, I did some research on the Hermes thing. I get you. I get it that you're made there. But I think the important thing is that China is saying, we can create the same quality here. We have cheaper brands, like everyone has cheaper brands, but we can do these same high quality manufacturing techniques that everyone else does. So, yeah, Scarf Mommy's dropping the red X's. Yeah, I think that's a really funny visual that they're doing here. And then they have all of the 60 Hermes manufacturing sites mapped out here. 60 different sites, y'all.
Supplemented by 12 other manufacturers in other countries.
And they have 12 manufacturers in other countries. What countries?
Including Switzerland, Italy, the UK, the US, Portugal, and Australia have...
Oh, didn't mention China in there,
not
did
China. Then let's take a
sure.
look at Louis Vuitton, for instance, also targeted in the fake claims on TikTok, who say their leather goods are exclusively produced in their workshops located in France.
CB, do you know what Louis Vuitton makes in their factory in Texas? Like what, I know everyone's complaining about that now, but what specific, do you know what they make at that one versus the other place?
France, Spain, Italy, and the US, not China. Also, while these videos on TikTok claim that luxury bags are made in China, that is very...
Okay, so it says the leather goods collections are produced in the United States. Okay, so they do make purses there. Doesn't look like United States is listed
very
anywhere
unlikely
else.
under the strict labeling regulations that exist in the US and the EU. To be labeled made in France, for instance, the product must have undergone its last substantial transformation in France, meaning that 45 to 50% of the unit cost price must be acquired in France.
Now, this is why we watched this, okay? In case you didn't catch it, I want to play that one more time.
Of the unit cost price must be acquired in France.
Now, 45% of the unit cost price has to be acquired in France. And the last substantial modifications must be completed in France. Now, CB says LV makes some of their canvas bags in Texas. I don't think they make any of the leather ones there. Oh, okay. Okay, so like the larger bags are the canvas ones, right? Like the big duffels and the large tote size purses. Okay. All right. So but I think that wording is very important there, because the last substantial modifications are done in France. So let's put Hermes aside here. But the guy said they send it over to Europe and they put fasteners or some last pieces of hardware, the logos, and the final packaging, right? Wouldn't it be the final packaging and logos which provide the Black Magic says substantial? Yeah, exactly. Would it not be the logo itself which provides more than 45% of the unit cost price, because the item is $1,000, $1,500 to manufacture? So it's a $1,500 purse until it says Hermes on it, and then it's $38,000. It's a $30 purse until it says Louis Vuitton on it, and then it's $3,000. So is that, you see what I'm saying here? Like, this is, I feel like when you put the logo on, that's the thing that adds the value, and that's what we've all agreed we're paying for, right? Is the logo. And they're saying if you add something that makes up 45% of the unit price, then it can say it's manufactured in that country. Well, adding the logo is is 90% of the unit price. So I don't know, guys. This is not looking good. LV, let's see. Carry All, Keep All, Felice, Matisse, and Neverfull. Oh, okay. So that's what they make. That's what they make in the Texas plant. Okay. All right. All right. The Neverfull. That's that big monster that what's his face had. Remember the Joe Burrow, the quarterback from Cincinnati Bengals, got robbed, and they filled up one of his Louis Vuitton bags, and the highway patrolman sets the bag on the wet highway. Remember we were talking? That was when you guys told me that those bigger bags are made of canvas and not leather. That I learned that day. Black Magic says, they're still playing games. I agree with you, Drew. This is a great opportunity for them to show the value their brands bring. Take the bull by the horns and get online and show us. Exactly. How much money do you think they spend on marketing? How many people do you think have the word marketing in their title at Louis Vuitton? You're telling me none of them have TikTok? You're telling me none of them could make a simple vertical video with an iPhone 16? I don't know why we're not seeing it. I don't know why we're not seeing responses. Now, I looked for these responses. I found this, and this is just a guy saying what the response was. But
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every done.
I'm getting that.
A little bit more skeptical about the things. Hold on a second. Oh my god, dude. YouTube is killing me today. Okay.
All of the videos going viral over social media of manufacturers in China saying they make all of their stuff.
Okay,
a factory video from China has gone viral, and now people are serious.
This is the thing. This is the thing that went viral. What does that look like? I mean, could that be a place that manufactures knockoffs? A place that manufactures knockoffs? Or I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at, but this is pretty wild. This needs to be explained, you know? Because you could say we manufacture things in France or Italy or whatever, but do you make everything there? Like CB was just saying, they seem like they're pretty transparent about what they make where. So let's see a video, you know? Let's see a Nano Speedy being made or whatever. Okay, so here is a story from
They're the
NBC.
videos seen by millions of Americans.
Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer.
This dude made people so mad. He's in every single one of these news
That
clips.
seem too good to be true.
We have like thousands of them in stock.
Ooh, look at all the shoes. And those all have Nike logos on them.
TikTokers claiming to work at Chinese factories that make high-end products and offering to sell them directly to Americans for much, much cheaper. The goods range from Birkenstocks
$10.
to Nike sneakers.
Hello, boss. I'm a Nike shoes wholesale factory in China.
Whoa. See, I feel like if you are a manufacturer of a brand, of Nike, for example, you're going to lose your license if you go and start selling these things, right? So I don't think that these people are necessarily official Nike manufacturers, but they are showing us that they can produce the thing. They're showing us, hey, look, I made the exact same thing. Look, $10.
and Lululemon workout clothing.
Yeah, the Lululemon. See, there you go.
Who are the
There she
suppliers
is.
behind Lululemon?
One
Man, she got under everybody's skin so much. I love her smug face. I love these videos.
video garnering 11.9 million views.
Why do reporters talk like this?
Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6.
But Lululemon says the claims made in the videos are not true. Though the company says it manufactures about 3% of its finished goods in China, a spokesperson telling
Okay, they manufacture 3% of finished goods in China. That is super important because what if they make everything there and they put the logos on here just like everything else? We don't know. What if that's how it works? What if they bring it over here? We know screen printing's easy. You can do it in your basement. So you could do it in any factory. It's screen when I was a freight driver, I used to service places that do I used to deliver to places that do screen printing. I delivered bulk ink to them. And they can bust out, it's like 2 people can make so many shirts, y'all. It is absolutely insane. If you've never been in a factory where they do like silk screening or whatever it's called, it is so cool. Anyways, what if the key word here is finished goods? What if they're making the pants over there and they ship them over here and slap that logo sticker on there and then add $110 to the cost?
NBC News, Lululemon does not work with the manufacturers identified in the online videos, and we urge...
Of course you don't. We know that. We know you don't work with that manufacturer, but he's not saying that.
Consumers to be aware of potentially counterfeit products and
Meech says, I'm back. What did I miss? Meech, Lululemon says... Hold on. I didn't go back far enough. They manufacture 3% of finished goods in China. So I'm just hypothesizing, allegedly, my opinion only. Don't sue me, Lululemon. But I feel like they could be pulling the same trick. They just make the pants over in China for $10, $5. Make sure you go to right places, and then you slap the logo on it. And this little. I don't know what this. Is there a name for this character? Is that an omega, or is it like a hair? I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyways, I feel like you could add that logo in America, and then say that it's not a finished good that you're getting from China, but I would argue that it is a finished good.
China, a spokesperson telling NBC News, Lululemon does not work with the manufacturers identified in the online videos, and we urge consumers to be aware of potentially counterfeit products and misinformation. Authentic Lululemon products are only available for purchase at our Lululemon store locations, registered Lululemon e-commerce sites, and select authorized and specialty stores.
I think everyone knows about knockoffs, and this is not what these people are selling. They're not selling knockoffs that have the logo on it. They're saying, I can make an identical product to that of the same quality and materials for cheaper. Meech says, so finished meaning that stuff goes right to the rack in the store. Yeah, finished goods would mean like zero manufacturing is required. It's already done. Probably all as is, and then they screen print the little Lulu logo. See? I'm not crazy. Meech says for sure they are slapping a tag on it and saying it's finished somewhere else. That's criminal to me. That feels like fraud. You know? Like, what are we paying for? What are we doing this for? I don't know, man. The whole time these companies have told us about how Chinese goods are inferior quality and they're not as good, and they're making everything, and it's all a lie, and we're literally paying for. I understand the counter argument of, which is valid, of the intellectual property issues in China. I get it, but this is going to be hard for these brands to recover from, because I don't think they're going to have an easy time explaining this to people. And the other thing too that I've kind of learned as I've looked into these luxury brands is that most of the people who have a thirst for these luxury things are the people who can afford it the least. You know what I mean? Like, the people who have the means to buy a $5,000 purse every month could, but they don't. But like, a person who could only buy a $5,000 purse once in their whole life wouldn't hesitate to do so if they had the money. You know? So it's kind of I don't know. I feel like it's designer brands are in some ways are a trap for poor people. Meech says fraud, or are these companies just working the lines of the law? It seems like these laws on what's deemed made in need to be looked at. I agree wholeheartedly, but I don't think these companies would want that, because then all of their channels would be exposed, and that would be a problem for them. And you know, I don't know if they could keep the veil up if they do that. You know, if it gets too honest, are people going to pay these prices anymore?
And if you were tempted by that super cheap Louis Vuitton handbag,
Louis Vuitton has many Chinese suppliers, but they just don't admit it.
But they just don't admit it, huh?
know that the company has long maintained its products are made only in Europe and the United States, as it currently states on its website. Louis Vuitton, Nike, and Birkenstock have not responded to our request for comment.
See, Birkenstock just got brought into it in the last couple days when that guy came out and did that video where he showed all the different Birkenstock styles for $10.
Besides price, I think even more important is the authenticity of the product, the quality of it.
Professor Shen Lu, whose research...
I agree, but we can't conflate quality and authenticity, because I think that's what the Chinese manufacturers are trying to say. They're trying to say, hey, we can make high quality items. You know, it'll have a different name on it, or maybe no name, and you can put your name on it. They do a lot of that over there. It's called white labeling, and that's how a lot of these companies make money.
Professor Shen Lu, whose research focuses on the global apparel industry, including international trade policy, says even if the factory did produce that hot handbag you want, they likely would not be licensed to sell it outside of its contract with the brand you know.
Right. Obviously, yes. So there's no way that these people are the actual manufacturers of these items. But I think that none of them claim to be. They are just saying that they can make that thing, the same item, for cheaper. Meech says if they are purchasing the materials from China, as so many textiles are in China, yeah, 100%, yeah. All the silk, almost all the silk in the world comes from China, I believe. And then making the bags in Italy or whatever, that's very different than it being assembled in China. Exactly. And I think that people would be fine with that if that's what the case was. But if there was nothing to hide, why not reveal everything? You know? It's kind of, I don't know. I'm a little suspicious. I'm just saying. Sure, they can make it they can disassemble an authentic bag, study it, and easily learn how to make it. Yeah. And have you ever watched those YouTube channels where, I should have pulled it up, there's a couple really good ones where they're leather maker people that make actual artisan leather goods, and they take designer things and take them apart. One guy, he buys damaged Louis Vuitton from people to get the leather, and then he takes the parts and makes other things with them. And Louis Vuitton tried to sue him for copyright infringement because he was using that material to make a new thing and sell to people. That was like a big ol' drama with him. I can't remember his name, but his channel is so interesting. But yeah, so where's the other? Here.
Are you ready for fun? Make every trip a...
President Trump's trade war on China, Chinese manufacturers are now trying to sell high-end luxury goods.
See, I got to get rid of these ads because they're calling out on the topics I'm researching.
Like handbags, directly to Americans on TikTok. Fox 11's Gina Silva is live in Beverly Hills with that part of the story. Gina.
Laura, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but they are wild. And I gotta tell you, many American consumers are...
We are live at the internet in Beverly Hills.
Loving it because why not? Who doesn't love a good deal, right?
Why did they have to send her on location for this story about the internet? I don't get it.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China.
Want to know who's the Chinese factory behind Nike, Adidas, Fila, and UGG?
She said UGG. Good old UGG boots. Meech says, yeah, I actually deal some art that is upcycled from luxury items, old Hermes scarves, Chanel boxes, etc. And I've had to fight counterfeit claims so many times. It's not counterfeit, it's legit the material, but reused from its original form. And that's what the guy was saying too. And my position on that is, hey, you already made the money from your thing that you made. They made the purse, and the person paid full price for it. The purse got damaged, and the person sold it to him. And now he owns it because he purchased it, and he decided to cut it up and make something else from it. That thing that he made isn't yours, Louis Vuitton. It's not yours at all. It stops being yours when you sell it to a customer. That's like these brands like Ferrari that get all bent out of the shape when you do anything to their cars that they don't like. You can't like modify them or whatever, and they'll prevent you from buying new Ferraris if you break the rules. And it's just, man, these brands are just too much, man. Meech says, I'll drop some pieces of art that I sell in the Discord so you can see what I mean. I think that stuff is super cool. Like that one guy's channel where he makes like new wallets and stuff out of old and damaged purses and things like that. I think that stuff is cool because it's, you know, it's a neat way to own the logo, but still, you know, appreciate someone else's craftsmanship and their creativity and what their idea to do with the piece was. You know, I think that's really a neat thing, and it's actually good for the brand. It gets their logo out there more. Like a damaged purse that would have been thrown in the trash now is out there in public, and your logo's getting shown more, and everyone knows where to buy it. So, you know, it's not like you're losing out on a customer, Louis Vuitton. But yeah, that stuff is so cool. I love that art. I love anything that's like repurposed or upcycled. There's a company that was on Shark Tank that makes like duffel bags out of retired firefighter jackets and gear. That thing is so cool, man. I think they're still in business. I'm not sure. I can't remember the name. I'll put it in the description afterwards, but...
All over TikTok, Chinese influencers are taking viewers behind the scenes, exposing what they claim is a real origin of high-end luxury goods. The viral videos are shaking up traditional luxury branding and destroying consumer trust, revealing that many designer products are actually manufactured in Chinese factories, with only the labels stitched on somewhere else. All of these videos suddenly started showing up all over social media after President Trump announced high tariffs on China. While many American consumers are seeing this as a huge score on designer goods, Professor Christopher Tang of UCLA's Anderson School of Management...
Wouldn't it suck to be like that person that got filmed right there? Like, oh, honey, I saw your butt over on the news. You were shopping?
...says the videos may not be as honest as they seem.
It could be counterfeit or imitated products as well. So in that case, there's no consumer protection. These are not the authorized luxury brand channel. So in that...
But is there consumer protection when you buy something else? I mean, like, you know, I don't feel like there's any you're not getting protection from Louis Vuitton when you buy a purse from them.
The buyers, you have to beware of the risk.
This is my fake Louis.
I'd rather risk $20 on my fake Louis Vuitton than 3,000 on a real one. Let's hear from this girl with her fake bag.
This is my fake Louis bag. I take it everywhere I go. I love it. You know, years ago I had the opportunity to actually go to Beijing, and that is when I found out exactly
she
what
went
the
to
game
Beijing
was.
to
I
get
went
it?
to factories
Dang.
where they had nothing but floors of Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel, Nike, Adidas, Apple products. And that's where I learned directly from the vendors that, hey, this is the same thing. You're just paying for a label and repackaging in the U.S.
See?
Now, if you order directly from a Chinese factory, you don't have to pay a tariff, and that only applies to commercial imports. So that...
Oh, okay. Okay. That's
is a
how
huge
it
draw,
works.
Laura.
Did you by any chance get to see any of this merchandise?
Tell me about the bags.
No, these are just videos, right? The only merchandise I saw was the purse.
We are
from
reporting
Jasmine,
about
which
the
looks really
internet,
beautiful.
ma'am.
And she said she spent a couple of $100s, and that, of course, retails for thousands of dollars.
Right. So it's a marketing campaign. They're hoping to lure you in, and it certainly does draw you in. But
it is a marketing campaign, but also all of the whole value of these luxury brands is a marketing campaign. Oh, you dropped some photos in the Discord. Okay, hold on. Let me figure that out here. Yeah, for sure. Meech says she was ready to drop her credit card number on air to get one of these. Yeah, dude. She was like, yeah, I mean, this story's great and all, but what about the bags? Did you get to touch any bags? Did you see any bags? Did you look at any? Did you buy one? I see you got those static shots. Oh, we missed Nance. Sorry, Nance. He was on lunch at 7:30. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, that's cool. Let me see here. How do I do this? Ah, look at that. Okay, there it is. So there's some Gucci art. And Hermes. Ooh, that's cool. That's the Hermes box. That's really pretty. Oh, that's so neat. Oh, that's really cool. See, and like, if you collect those things, I'm sure that would be like a neat thing to have, you know? But yeah, I don't see why they're out here trying to sue over that stuff. It's stupid. But I thought it was interesting. This. Hold on, I guess I can let her finish.
Usually, these designers will tell you that you have to look at it very closely to see the stitching, how the zipper works. All of that usually indicates the quality of the garment. So.
Oh, okay. So that's why she was asking if she got to see them, if she would inspect them to see if the quality is the same. I got you.
So maybe at some point we'll get to see some of these that are supposedly directly coming to the consumer.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we will, because these girls on TikTok are ordering them. They are definitely coming. Meech says he makes all of those butterflies individually. Wow. That is really cool. I like that a lot. I bet he gets a lot of response on those kind of things. There's probably a lot of people would love to have that hanging, especially if they have like a purse wall or something, like in their closet or whatever. So he starts with a white designer box and does all the embroidery. Oh, wow. Okay. That's really cool. That's neat. I like that a lot. I thought it was funny, this news station, it's called First Post, and
You name it.
they did
This, I am not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags are very low.
they did a whole like 3-hour show about this thing, but her
245% in tariffs on China. So Beijing is sitting back.
explanation here was interesting. She goes through kind of the whole thing and like, you know, the political aspects and why manufacturers might be responding this way and that kind of thing. But to me,
all these videos have a similar setup. There's a person standing in a factory, they show off luxury goods, they mention the prices, and that is a shocker. I guess everyone knew that luxury goods were overpriced, but the markup and the way it is being presented has caught people's attention.
is she having trouble with her
Take a
teleprompter?
Birkin bag, for example. We told you about this yesterday. A video claims that a bag is made in China for $1,400, all things included.
Yeah.
And how much does Hermes sell it for? $38,000. That's a markup of over 2,600%.
So you can see this lady just finding out about this, and she's heated. So this news channel First Post went on about this for 3 hours. So if you want to really get into the down and dirty of this, you can check out their mammoth live stream over on First Post. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. That the way that these brands are responding here, because it would be so easy to just make a TikTok, you guys. Louis Vuitton, Hermes, find your little marketing person, tell them to turn on their phone, put it in vertical mode on TikTok, and just film videos. Film videos of the factory, film videos of the manufacturing process, whatever you want, and post it with trending audio or whatever it takes to get things to go up on TikTok. I don't know how you make things blow up on TikTok, but there's got to be a better response than this, than just having the news come out and be like, you guys, these are fake. We know they're fake, but at this point, it's like, is it worth the money? I'm I'm leaning towards no. Because even if it's not the same level of manufacturing, if it's the same material or comparable materials and you like it and it functions the same as the thing that you were gonna buy that's 20 times the price, that's a win. That's a win on both sides. So what's, you know, I don't know who's being harmed here. Obviously, you know, if there's like trademark things at play, that's different. But yeah, I just I think this is going to be a big problem for these luxury brands, and especially as people are starting to figure out how to set up commercial shipping channels in China. So we'll get all these logistics figured out. We'll set up the extras logistics company in Guangzhou, and we will get all of these Lululemon leggings and $40 Coach purses and $1,500 Hermes purses. We'll just stuff a whole shipping container and bring it back over here for y'all. So, but hey, I appreciate y'all joining me for another episode. Nance didn't make it today. I hope your work shift is going good, brother. You can catch the replay later. So, but yeah, hey, thanks for hanging out, guys. And I got another. We have a non-purse related, totally different topic for Friday, which is it's pretty crazy. So make sure you're here. Make sure you're subscribed and you got the notifications on. Sorry we were a little late tonight, but we'll be on time on Friday. So, Meech, hey, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here and offering your wisdom on the designer stuff, because I am completely clueless about half of this stuff. But, hey, we're learning. We're learning. That's what it's about. So, hey, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.